All right, people. So here is the deck profile for the 16th place water deck. So congratulations on your top,
Mr. Weiner.
You guys remember Weiner? He's the guy who ate that Pensork.
Yeah.
Because he said he was. So you said you were gonna top of water. You finally did it. So.
I mean, it was pretty good. There were some rocky matchups. My only losses were to BA, but...
And you didn't face your weakness, right?
I didn't fight Cosmo, but, I mean, Cosmo got hit, so I didn't really expect to. I just put the system downs in the side just in case.
Okay, so let's get to the deck profile.
Yeah. So I've got the two Maxis. It's Maxi, you don't really need to explain it.
Yes, those are ultis.
It came in clutch a little bit against the BAs, but other than that, I mean, it's a Maxi. The one Diva. It's your way into Neptibus. Anytime you open this, especially if you lose the dice roll and they make you go first, then this opens up some plays. You can make a really big board, summon a Leo. I mainboarded the 3 Gomasil. It's just an out to stuff. I mostly put it in during Monarch format because it was the easy out to the Majesty's Fiend. They summon a Majesty's Fiend, and you just drop it over the Majesty's Fiend, you're good to play.
So how was that?
This was good. For Blue Eyes, it was good. I didn't fight any Chaos Max variants, but if I did, it would have gotten over it.
Did they ever use it for an XP play?
No, they didn't. What it was the one time I did use it against Blue Eyes in the regional, I got rid of the Spirit Dragon Synchro because it stops grave effects, and playing Mermails, you know, I don't want to have my grave effect stopped. So draw phase, standby main, drop the Gomasil over it. They couldn't tag it out, and then I ended up popping it with an infantry. So. Okay.
So you just didn't let it sit there on the field, so you actually go into the NK place for the next upcoming.
Yeah, most of the time it was really like, it was an out to Beatrice. In the 3 BA matchups I did, it got rid of the Beatrice, and before they could do anything with it, and then I didn't have to worry about it floating, you know, maybe them dropping a Farfa and hitting my Neptibus. Yep. You know, it was good. I definitely recommend 3. Next are the 3 copies of Neptibus. This is the only reason the deck is alive. The fact that you can just send a Dragoons from your deck, it replaces the Undyne with more benefits off of it.
So Konami ever decided to limit Dragoons back down to 1?
If they limited Dragoons back down to 1, it would definitely hurt the deck. It definitely wouldn't be top tier. Right now, I think Mermail's is definitely tier 1 thanks to the list. Not hitting it and hitting everything else that opposed it. But Dragoons being at 2, this guy is just a lifesaver. Like, if you open him and any one water monster, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win. I got the 3 infantry because they pop face-ups. Right now, we don't really have to worry about face-downs that much. It's the face-up card you need to pop. There was one match where I set up a disgusting board. I ended up popping their Scarm because they had the Dante Pilgrim and a Scarm. I popped their Scarm because I didn't care about the end phase, and I obviously couldn't target the Pilgrim. And then I made a board with Hope Woven, Abyss Dweller, a Megalo with 2 attacks, and something else, and I just swung for game all because I was able to pop that 1 card and have 1 less card for me to run through. It's also good in the Pendulum Mirror match if you can pitch it during your opponent's turn when they set a scale. Did I say mirror match? I'm dumb. It's good in the Pendulum matchup because, you know, you pitch it, pop a scale, kind of shuts him down a little bit. The 2 Marksman, just because it's Marksman, you can pop face downs. I use him more for his other effect of if he deals damage, you summon. The 2 Dragoons, you obviously need it. It's your searcher for the deck, the Neptibus pitches it.
Yep.
And now this is my tech. This won me so many games yesterday because you can summon him off of the Neptibus. What you do is, the 2-card combo is Neptibus and Infantry. You'll summon the Neptibus, pitch the Dragoons, add Poseidra and Megalo. Then you ditch the Infantry and the Poseidra for the Megalo summon, and then when Megalo tributes away the Neptibus, you bring him out, and then when you put the equip spell that you searched off the Megalo, that's 9,200 damage. And then even if you don't have the equip spell or something like that, that's 76, and then you just overlay Flare Metal because it's a 7, and then they can't really do much.
Yep. Good tech. People play it.
For the Mermails, I just run a light little guy engine. The 1 gun, the 1 Lind, the 1 pike. This is mostly just for pitch targets. This is in clutch situations if I need to reborn. This is just kind of the floater so they can't OTK me.
How useful did they come in?
I
saw one duel where you searched him and he was just a beater. Like, he didn't really.
Yeah, I mean, he was just.
I was actually surprised in that duel that you didn't search her because I thought you were going to float when he hit you.
I don't like to search the Lind. I like to leave her in the deck for the Sphere, just because it prevents OTKs easier. There are times when I search the Lind, but it's very few and far between. Half the time I search the pike, it's just for another pitch target. Like, it's really not too important. It can put in the work, but it's not, you know.
And no turds, right?
No Turge. You don't really want to play recovery cards.
Fuck that guy.
It's a very OTK heavy deck. If you play recovery cards, you're losing out on your OTK potential. The 3 Teus, just because you need the level 7 targets. It's a 1-card pitch. It's good.
Yep, Teus.
Your boss monster, you need the beaters. Being able to swing twice, especially for 64 if he's got the spell. 37 twice if you've got the spell and a dweller. Wins you the games, it pops off your Neptibus plays.
Yep.
And that's it for the monsters. For the one-of spells, I've got the Eclipse spell.
Yep.
Just so you have a search target and it helps the OTKs. The more I think I saw it once and it didn't really pay off. This was more of a I had to drop Maxi to 2 kind of thing and I didn't know what to place in. I was going to play the lead just so I have a bigger beater for Lind. And looking back on it, I probably would have done it. There was one match in particular where I was searching through my deck and then I was like, oh shit, I took the lead out. Overall, I'd probably cut the Moray. It really wasn't that useful. The 1-for-1, because it opens up your Neptibus, just being able to get in there. Raigeki for the field clear, because again, you are playing an OTK deck, you want to be able to get in there.
Yep.
This is the one recovery card I really run. I replaced the Salvage for this because this just opens the bigger plays. Salvage is good because you can always add back like the Diva and a Neptibus or something like that. But when you can soul charge into Diva, Neptibus, Poseidra, Megalo, Dragoons, and then just go off on these crazy synchro plays, maybe tribute the Dragoons and get a search off of it, the soul charge is just better than the Salvage.
Okay.
Upstart for consistency, playing a 39 card deck, especially when you really want to make sure you see your OTKs.
Yep.
For 2-ofs, I did 2 Dark Hole, 2 Twin Twister. Again, playing an OTK deck, you want to be able to just blow out the opposition. There was one time, round 7, I was at table 5, and I was up against a brilliant Madolche player. And all he did for his turn was he set a drowning and passed. And I Twin Twistered. At the start of my turn, before doing anything, I just Twin Twistered, hit the drowning, and I OTK'd because of it. And then again, the Dark Hole. The 3 Instant Fusion, even though you've only got the 1 Norden, it's really important that you see it, because if you get the Norden, you're going to pop it off and probably get the game.
Yep.
And then the Trap is just the Sphere, just because you want to be able to stop the OTKs.
Yep.
And that's it for the main deck. Extra deck, you have the 1 copy of Norden, Instant Fuse, don't need to explain it. This allows you to sync from your hand. This works really well with the Poseidra, because if you go turn 1, you open Diva, this guy makes you a free Leo.
And Leo is saving your ass.
It's a really good turn 1 play. I beat Magispectors in round 6 because I made a turn 1 Leo and flipped an anti-spell to back it up, and he couldn't really get over it. This is mostly for the mirror match and for the BA, just being able to banish anything that goes from deck to grave. Coral Dragon, just pop it off, you get a draw when it leaves the field. You ditch your waters, get its effects, better than Brio. Charge Warrior, just to stop floaters, because it can attack all special summon monsters. Anti-BA, they can't activate monster effects during the battle phase.
Yep.
The Trish. Trish came in clutch.
He's Trish.
Leo, big beater.
One of the MVPs.
The Dweller, you're playing water, it stops everything in the meta right now. The Emerald, because you want to be able to recycle your Norden, since you are running the 3 Instant Fuse, and it also is good to put the Dragoons back in deck.
Yep.
Spider Shark won me a game, non-target attack lowering, and the fact that it reborn something. The 101, because you're playing water. And then the 7 lineup, I just did the 1 Gaios. I actually didn't make this at all yesterday. There was never an opportunity. I made Big Eye and Flare Metal, I think, twice each, and they won me the games, and that's pretty much it. Okay, and this is what I played for the side deck. I did the 2 DD Crow. Overall, it wasn't really that great. There was one time where I hit a Dante, and then there was another time where I hit a Return of the Dragon Lords. And I mean, the Return of the Dragon Lords really kind of hurt my opponent. I did win the match, but I don't think that was the play that won it.
Would you change it for Cycle Reader?
In the upcoming format, yeah, with ABCs coming up. I have the Cycle Readers ready to go. I actually had those in before, but I swapped them out for the DD Crows because they hit more. The 2 Flying Sea. Flying Sea was definitely my best BA out. There was one time when a BA player made a Trish using this and a Ghost Ogre with one of their other like Speedroids or something like that. And I mean, that sucked, but overall I would play this all day, every day. I might bump it up to 3. As good as this card is, it did absolutely nothing for me. I love the card, it's great in theory, but every time I Winter Cherries Dantes, I still lost the match. Like, every game I Winter Cherried, I lost. When I didn't Winter Cherry, I won. When I did, it just kind of screwed me.
I mean, it is an egg.
It is a neg, but at the same time, I mean, they can function without the Dante now. They found ways around it because Winter Cherries is such a threat. The Quarantine. Quarantine was great. In my round 3 Blue Eyes, I summoned this and backed it up with an anti-spell, and my opponent couldn't play. They couldn't summon light monsters, they couldn't use any of their spells, and it was a game winner. These were more for my fear of Cosmo. I didn't fight any Cosmo, but just in case people were still trying to salvage the deck, I wanted to be able to out it since it is my worst matchup. The 3 anti-spells, these were great. I sided these in a lot of matches. My 2 Blue Eyes matches, my Matter Spectre match, they definitely won me games. I mean, there was that time with the Leo where I backed it up with the anti-spell and my Matter Spectre just couldn't do anything. And the last card is the Dante for the Winter Cherries. But I mean, obviously, if I cut the Winter Cherries, then I'm going to cut the Dantes, or the Dante. It opens up 4 slots, not really sure what I'd put in yet. But that's it for the side.
All right, any changes that you would make?
Well, I'm definitely going to drop the Winter Cherries and the Dantes. Probably going to switch out the DD Crows for the Cycle Readers once ABC becomes relevant. Other than that, the main deck's pretty solid except for the Moray. Probably going to put the lead in. I don't really like lead, but it is a big beater to summon off the lid and play. And, I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can always pitch it and revive it with a gun, or Soul Charge, you know, it just opens up the plays. Other than that, I feel pretty solid about it. I was X1 up until round 8, and then I lost to somebody that I met up here, it's kind of a good friend, you know. So I can't really be too salty about it. But yeah, I took 16th place, got my invite. Definitely think Water's one of the better decks in the format right now.
All right, so thank you for the deck profile, and it was awesome. Thanks for watching.